Hello beer tubers and welcome to yet another beer review with me, Peter, the master of Hoppy. We're checking out another macro. I think it's quite fun to do these. I've done a few American macros, light lagers so far. Last one I did was Rolling Rock Extra Pale. Holy fuck, dudes. That was pretty fucking shitty. Seriously, that was really the epitome of the joke we use in Europe about American beer, that having sex in a canoe is like drinking beer in the States. It's fucking close to water. That was exactly hitting the ballpark of that one. But this one is supposedly a bit more flavorsome. I must say I've had this myself. I've studied in the States, studied in Albuquerque, New Mexico. This is one of the college swill beers. And we had a 4th of July party where I drank a bit of this too, because I wanted to make it official. That's why I have leftover light beers that I'm reviewing, American light beers. So we did like a Bud Light, Miller Lite, which we're trying today, and Milwaukee's Best, and Coors Light. Already did a review of Coors Light, so we're not doing that one. But yeah, as I just said, guys, today we're checking out none other than the famous Miller Lite. There you go. An American classic. A supposedly fine Pilsner beer. So the fun thing with all these American light lagers is how they boast about the calorific content on the beers. It's like, this is only 96 calories for 12 ounces. But yeah, I don't drink beer for calories. I wouldn't, if I was counting calories, I probably wouldn't drink beer, or I would, figure out a way to work it in. But this is actually, as far as I remember, pretty half decent for American light lager. It's 4.2% alcohol, and it says here that about the beer on the side. Inside is a fine Pilsner beer brewed with the highest quality ingredients. We use choice hops from the Pacific Northwest, as well as noble Saaz hops from the Czech Republic, and deliver more taste, aroma, and color with only 96 calories per 12 ounces. And then they won some award they were established in 1855, and it says triple hop brewed, and brewed with the best ingredients, something like that. But the thing is, Miller has this, I think they call it Tetra Hop thing, where they put in, I think it's a hop oil that doesn't skunk pretty much. What they put in something so that the beer can be in clear bottles, it's not going to skunk on you, which is pretty cool, or green bottles or whatever. But this one is in a can, so it shouldn't matter. Had already faded, but what was there was actually rather nice. But here we go, guys. Miller Lite, and that is fizzy, golden, and yellow. It is as bright as it gets when it comes to American pale lagers, light lagers, and white hen. Let's check out the aroma on Miller Lite. I'll say it again, I've said it before, it's not half bad. That aroma is it just smells like beer. It doesn't smell like watered down beer, which it's like the case with a lot of the others. Like, a lot of the others are like, you took your beer and you dunked in some water and then you took a sip, like, oh, this is watery beer. Now I can have less calories. That's pretty much what those taste like, whereas this is a bit more, it smells more like what you think of if you think just a lager beer. It's got a little bit of a grassy, hoppy bite, a little bit of a spicy hop bite, which is probably from that noble hop, and more sweetness than I remember. But I've also been sitting on this can for a couple months now. It's still good, still golden. We got until December this year, so it ain't off, but it smells pretty okay. And I got some comments last time. I was like, Peter, just for fun, I'd like to try some of these light beers because I'm based in Europe. Where do I get them? So I bought these on American Food, and then the number 4, and then a U.de. It's a German web shop that sometimes stock American products, all kinds of stuff. And then the other one is called My American Market, where I got some of these for the 4th of July party. So let's check out Miller Lite. Give it a taste. Cheers. Okay, it's definitely lighter on the flavor, but it's certainly miles ahead of like Bud Light or Coors Light, in my mind. Those beers are like so light and fizzy, and like the worst of the bunch, worst of all the light beers is Bud Light. That is so fizzy and light. This is actually rather refreshing. Like a gulp, a quarter of it or so in 2 gulps. I mean, it's hitting the spot after a long day of work. But I'll say, it's definitely, what do you expect? It's super light, super drinkable, super easygoing. But what I like about this compared to all the others is that it actually has hop character. A lot of them are so muted on all flavors that it's just like watery beer. This actually has some hop flavor. It has that kind of green, grassy, slightly peppery, noble hop vibe going on. Maybe a little bit of lemon, some sweet malt. That's about it. But what I also dig about this one compared to some of the others, there's no like brewing mistakes. There's no like oxidation. There's no infections of sorts. There's no light struck flavors. Nothing. But it's just constructed in a way so it tastes like not like too much, but is really refreshing and intensely drinkable. That's the thing with these beers. They're chuggers. They're so chuggable. I feel like I'm praising this beer a bit. I don't want to be praising it because it's not really a good beer if you're talking about flavor. But if we're talking in the style of American light lager, this is probably some of the most flavorsome you'll get. But yeah, it's okay. Do you know what? I would definitely drink this on a hot... Right now, I'm probably going to finish this can because it was a long day at work and it does the job of a nice refreshing beer with some beery flavor that is not only beer with... like it tastes like you mix beer and water. It's quite all right. So, I'm actually going to score this as 60. I think it's half decent, to be honest. I don't mind it. It's not crap. It's not great. It's somewhere in between. It's like one of those meh. I'm like, okay, I'll take it. I'll drink it. It's refreshing. If you can say it like that. It's a meh. But hey, definitely my favorite, I think, of the American Light. Well, of the light beers I've had. I haven't had all of them. I guess Miller Lite is the winner. So, do you have a... Well, it's not a light beer, but my favorite like American macro beer that I actually like to have once in a while is PBR. I reviewed that a while back. I've used it in a cooking video, but sometimes I just like a nice cold PBR. And I must say, I would also sometimes imagine that something like this would do the same thing where you just need to crack a beer. I hear for a lot of people working in the beer industry, it's Miller High Life. I've never had Miller High Life. So maybe we should try and see if we can get on that next. But if you guys had a chance to try Miller Lite from MillerCoors, or Saab Miller, or whatever the gigantic companies call now, let me know what you thought of it. Do you actually drink light beers once in a while? At family gatherings, whatever, let me know. And as always, subscribe, check out the Facebook fan page and Twitter and Instagram. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. And I'll say cheers. And see you guys in another beer review.